Sean "Diddy" Combs' legal team is pushing for clarity from prosecutors regarding the evidence against him as they prepare for the music mogul's trial in 2025. In a court filing obtained by USA Today News, Combs' lawyers addressed U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian, requesting a ruling that would compel the prosecution to disclose the identities of alleged victims who contributed to their case against him. The 54-year-old faces serious allegations of engaging in a recurrent and widely known pattern of abuse, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and the transportation of individuals for prostitution. Combs' attorneys argue that understanding who the alleged victims are is crucial for an effective defense. In their letter, they emphasize the necessity of knowing the identities of individuals the government considers victims, stating, "In order for Mr. Combs to defend against the charges against him effectively, it is imperative that he know the identity of the alleged victims." However, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York has opposed this request, claiming that disclosing the victims' names at this stage could compromise the investigation. Additionally, Combs' lawyers seek any evidence gathered by investigators that could work in favor of the defense. This includes witness statements suggesting that participation in Combs' so-called freak-offs was consensual and that drug and alcohol consumption was voluntary. They assert that, under the precedent established by Brady v. Maryland, the prosecution must share any favorable evidence that could impact the case. Without this information, Combs' defense is at a significant disadvantage. His legal team voiced concern that the current lack of clarity forces him to play a guessing game regarding the allegations against him, exacerbated by numerous civil lawsuits filed by anonymous accusers seeking financial compensation. The ongoing civil lawsuits have increased scrutiny on Combs, especially after his ex-girlfriend Cassie accused him of a decade of rape and abuse in a lawsuit that was settled quickly. Recently, 6 more lawsuits were filed against him, alleging sexual assault of a minor and multiple rapes spanning from 1995 to 2021. Combs' lawyers emphasized that his right to a fair trial is jeopardized daily by the extensive media coverage of these unverified allegations, which they argue could taint the jury pool. In response to the charges, Combs maintains his innocence and has pleaded not guilty to all federal criminal accusations, which have multiplied in recent months. His attorneys argue that the evidence the government claims to have, including numerous videos allegedly depicting these so-called freak-offs, will ultimately show that the sexual encounters were consensual. They anticipate presenting voluminous evidence of consensual sexual activity as part of their defense strategy. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams has asserted that his office possesses testimony from numerous witnesses and victims regarding Combs' alleged abuse, as well as substantial evidence collected from various electronic devices. According to Williams, investigators have seized over 90 cell phones, laptops, and other storage devices in connection with the case. Despite ongoing efforts to secure his release before the trial, Combs remains incarcerated since his arrest at a Manhattan hotel on September 16. The following day, he was arraigned on charges including sex trafficking and racketeering, and his request for release on a $50 million bond was denied. The unfolding legal battle continues to garner significant media attention as Combs' defense team works diligently to address the serious accusations against him in preparation for his upcoming trial.